Greetings, beloved hearts, my divinity to yours. Welcome to Ascension Star Portal. Thank you if you are returning, and a hearty welcome to all new subscribers. Thank you for your likes, your shares, your comments, your beautiful energy, for being part of the community. Today I will be channeling the energy of Prince William. I did a reading yesterday for Princess Catherine, which is busy uploading, so you want to take a look at that video. There's quite alarming energy that came through, and therefore I felt the need in communion with Spirit, with the Divine, and said, let's bring through Prince William's energy solo so that we can just see what the energy is projecting. Why is there so much discretion still required? We do understand and respect the need and request for healing, for recovery time, for quiet, and just for her to recuperate, and for the kingdom or the palace to have that bit of holiday from the hype of the media. But it doesn't seem to go away. It is actually overwhelmingly becoming very tsunami-like, very destructive like energetically, and it seems to be psychically attacking their energy more than not. So it's not doing much good energetically, because people are speculating, assuming, presuming, and there's just far too much of traffic to channels that are giving the incorrect narrative or the speculative narrative, and trying to create channel traffic. And I found that with many sites that Spirit said, go have a look at what's happening. This is not what should be happening. There's a great darkness that seems to be covering and working in opposition of the request. So I want to bring through Prince William's energy to find out how his role, what is his role in this? Is this by choice? Is this something the monarch wants? Is this something solely what Kate wants? How is he feeling about this? What is not being clarified or coming through transparently? So maybe the public that does read this, does come across this, can understand, hey, let's just back off for a bit, or let's send love and light, use that energy in positive, instead of creating far too much feud and hype in the energy that is creating psychic attack over the family. All right, so we have two cards. The first card is the Moon card that is come out. It's a major arcana showing discretion, something hidden in the depths, still waters running deep. If we look at the card, we see a feminine energy in the moon. Usually it's masculine, but it looks very feminine, very smooth, very clean, very innocent, like a spirit. It's not a very heavy outline. It's a very spirit feeling. And I feel this energy is looking down from above at what is taking place, what is being projected falsely on the surface, right? There's darkness, there's a frame. There's a frame, which means there's a structure. There is an enclosure, and something inside wants to speak. Something inside is expressing, saying, look at what's on the surface. It's not really what's in the depth. Right? This is a reflection or a projection of energy just to keep something calm or still, to buy time or an interim. Remember the phase of the moon has many phases, from dark to full. So it is seeming to take place in phases. It will be revealed, perhaps. We have a full moon at the moment in February, so possibly by the next full moon something will be revealed, or during the phase coming up to the next full moon. But clearly something is deep, it is still, it is dark, it is hidden, it is secretive, and that is what the monarchy intends with this structure over the moon, saying that the energy of the princess is under the structure and it needs to be maintained. So clearly Prince William is having to honor that request from the monarchy for himself, for his family. He's a water sign, he's a Cancer, and the moon controls the water, the tides, the ebbs, the flow, what comes in, what goes out, right? Then the card underneath that is the Two of Cups, and again, that's water. Now here we see a male and a female, so I will take it as a representation of the prince and the princess looking eye to eye, face to face, saying, she's probably saying, you need to face up to a reality, you need to face the problem head on. It is a highly volatile and emotional situation, so whether she is in an emotional state at the moment and expressing that to him and saying, we need to own up. Now you'll see that the phase of the moon has changed to an illuminated moon, a very big moon, like a super moon. So this is a super big problem, right, that needs to come into balance, into play, into reality, into acknowledgement. And we have a lot of water, right? You see water. But the difference with this water is we have rocks, we have obstacles. It feels like the water has to go around the islands of the rocks and through the cracks and the crevices. So something is an obstacle or obstacles in this situation, in the energy, but there's a great call for harmonizing it, for balancing, for bringing it out, for illuminating the message, the information. Right, so I will leave that there, and let's see what else. Show me what else Prince William's energy wishes to express to us or share with us as to what exactly is taking place regarding Princess Catherine's health and her condition, and the silence and the absence of hearing anything, any other updates from the palace or the monarchy. Show me. Right, we have the Three of Pentacles. So there is more than one person, right? This looks like a king and a queen. That feels like the energy of Prince William. So clearly there is a dominance from the palace, probably very influential in holding this energy or needing this silence, and he might have to follow instruction from the king, the queen, and it seems like they're working very hard at trying to maintain this silence, this absence. And with his back turned, it's not facing the feminine and the masculine energy here, which I feel is very elder, is older, which is very representative of his father, as well as the queen consort. Right, so his back is turned. Perhaps he's not happy with something, or he's not facing up to something. He doesn't want to deal with something. He's just looking and seeming to concentrate on what he wants to do. But there is something they will have to face up to. And with the pentacles on the wall, it's usually an energy of framing your hard work. It's an energy of recognition of having to put up your titles, your designation, your collaboration of energy with others. It's like a hall of recognition, a hall of fame, a hall of popularity, publicity, and that is what it is speaking of here. So statements coming through from the palace being put up publicly, creating an energy of, on our request, this is what our request is. But everybody's back is facing the back of the public. They're focusing on a goal here, right? They're not looking at each other. We want to avoid eye contact. We want to avoid the reality. We want to avoid something. And that's what I feel here. And it's a collaboration of energy. So clearly it is Prince William and His and Her Majesty that is holding the trump here. Okay, shall we move? Okay, so we have that turned over is the Six of Swords. We have the Four of Swords as well, but I won't be taking that, right? So I'll just slot that back into the deck. And let's look around. We have the Seven of Swords. So we have lots of swords energy. Swords talk about mental activity, everything going on in the mind. So let's talk about the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is an energy of moving away from something. Again, a boat on water, back facing each other, or her back. This is a woman sitting, and we have a man rowing the boat. So whether it is a relationship that they have, or a person just rowing the boat like a guide. But there's no contact, there's no emotion. It is very cold, it is very dark, it is very dreary. It is a battle that was fought, and coming from the Five of Swords, it's a battle to win at all cost. Right, you have those that will die in battle and those that will surrender from battle, and you have to have a winner. So the winner takes the Five Swords and moves into the Six Swords, away from the battleground, away from the battlefield. It's leaving to go to some other place. So what is the battle about? What is the struggle about? What is the sword fight about? Because during the sword fight, generally blood is shed, right? So what is taking place here? And why do we have to have an escapism of energy? An energy moving away from. We don't want to talk about this. We want it quiet. Let's just move on to another topic, another place, another situation. Let's create a diversion. And it's not looking happy again, right? So Spirit is saying, pick up the Moon card. Right? You remember, we didn't know we're getting this card, right? Spirit knew that, but we didn't. So in the explanation that I channeled, we have a boat or a raft or some kind of water vehicle or a crab. Oh, hold on, it's a crab. It's such an illusion. You see, the Moon is an elusive card. It's a card of illusion, creating an image of something, but it has a completely different meaning. So it's a false portrayal. So it's actually a crab, I'm told, and it's so unclear. Well, hence the illusion. So we have an energy sitting on the water that's come from the depth, and hence saying, come out from the deep and say what is reality. And here we have a boat sitting on still waters again, that's rowing to a destination. So we have two vehicles. We have a crab, which is a vehicle or a vessel on the water. We have a boat that is also a vehicle or a vessel on the water trying to move through. We have the energy trying to move through this enclosure, this inhibition, right? Here on this card, we are seeing a little bit of light. So clearly in the coming days, something might come to light. We perhaps could get an update, but the skies are still very gray, so much will still be hidden. We will not see the sun. It will not be fully expressed or illuminated. There is They're moving from one place to another. So what are they saying? They want more privacy, they need more time. What is happening behind the scenes? Because the one that is rowing the boat is wearing a cape. A cape is covering. It is masking. It is hiding. It is also protecting something. But the female is sitting with her hair open. Like, you know, I'm okay with this. I am ready to deal with whatever comes. I'm ready to deal with the storm. So with the very dark rain clouds above, there could be a storm coming, right? There could be a storm coming. So the storm could be news and updates, something we won't be happy with or comfortable. And why I say that is because the Seven of Swords, okay, let's do that. We have the Seven of Swords. What is the Seven of Swords saying? Somebody, again, taking something and rushing away, running off with it. It is theirs. Hiding from others. You know, it is mine. I want to take it away. Or it's also a card of theft, deception. So I'm not saying Prince William is stealing something. I am saying the card is showing the opposite of a positive. The card is showing a theft of truth, or the truth of deception. And this person's got to get away. They've got to hurriedly get away, and that's what they're doing. They're hurriedly getting away from something. So what are we getting away from? What is his energy trying to prevent from confronting? And it's very deceptive. You know, you could possibly be taking something that's not even yours. And again, a man with a hood, a man with gloves, well, armored. His fingers are open. Oh, I see, his fingers are not covered. So there's fingerprints that will be left behind. So there's an imprinting of energy for a truth to possibly emerge. So let's see what else. Right, sorry, this is not going to go there. I just needed to show you. But I'm not sure why I put it there. It's possibly moving from something to take something else, or moving from one place to create a diversion somewhere else. That's what it feels like. Show me more. What is the truth? Show me the truth. Let's ask now. Spirit, show us the truth of the intention of Prince William's energy in the matter of Princess Catherine's health. Show us the truth. Right, I'm going to show you how this jumped out or flipped out. Right, here we go. We have, okay, let me flip over the deck and show you what's underneath. The bottom of the deck is the King of Swords, so we'll talk about that just now. So here we have two cards that flipped over. I will take one, but I'll explain both. We have the Five of Cups. We have somebody that is going through great depression, despair, mourning, head on his knee or her knee. Let's look. It looks like a masculine energy. Yes, lots of muscles. So it's somebody that's pretending to be strong and muscular and very, you know, dutiful, statement-like, which is Prince William at this time. He's trying to keep his strength, his head up, to be, you know, out there doing what he wants. But I feel inside he is battling with anxiety, with depression, with emotional instability, possibly grief, mourning. This is what the card represents. 3 cups are down and 2 is elevated in the air. Now this is a card that has come up in their readings prior. I'm not sure which one. I don't always remember the details because remember, I'm channeling the energy. So I have to go back and look. But what I am prompted to remember is this card did appear in one of the readings. I'm not sure if it's in the actual spread itself or it was a bottom card that I needed to show you. So we have sad, depressed energy. So something is not digesting very well. the sip of water that we're taking from the cup is not tasting nice, right? And there's misleading energy because 3 cups are upside down, so there is more upside down energy. And 5 is change, so a radical, drastic change could come, creating, this is like an emotional tower, a loss of something dear, loved one, finance, anything that you held very dear, you've lost it, and now you are having an emotional breakdown, right? So that is what I'll take. But the 2 of Swords shows a woman blindfold, a woman that cannot see where she is, an energy of somebody having to stay in the dark, and your guards are up. So the 2 swords are showing that this energy is guarded and protected. The moon again, something needs to come out and something needs to become fully balanced. Something needs to go through full cycle. Illusion. Something that's not clear, something that's being veiled, something hidden. And it is very mentally draining, because in the card you can't move anywhere, you're bound by restriction, you're bound by mental activity, you are searching above for answers, you are looking for help, you cannot see where you are and where you're going. A great choice, a mental choice has to be made to deal with the issue at hand. That is what it's reflecting in the card. And with the swords, King of Swords, it is a king in charge of this decision. A king has made a decision to withhold energy for whatever reason, to bring it in the timeline that they feel perfect to. And the king again, surrounded by very dark, gloomy energy. Somebody needs to make the right decision. Somebody needs to think with their righteousness, with their right mind, with a broader mind. But I feel that perhaps when announcements are being made, it is coming with an energy of some deep emotion. Or right now the energy is very emotive, and the head seems to be ruling, because the head ego seems to be bigger than anything right now. So we're not acting in the right energy, the right currency, the right tense. Right? There's a head, there's war between the heart and the head, the cups and the swords. And clearly it's a monarchy energy. It's a king. Right? We know the king is not an air sign. Swords is an air sign card. Right? It's an Aquarius, Gemini, Libra card. The king is a Scorpio. He's a water. He's a water sign like Prince William. Right? We're seeing enough water on the table here. So I feel that the king and the future king, Prince William, are holding a trump here. Right, show me what else. Show me what else we need to see that is hidden in Prince William's energy surrounding Princess Catherine's health. Now we have 3 cards that fell out. I will show them to you, but let me show you the card at the bottom of the deck, the 10 of Swords. Right? What is the 10 of Swords? Somebody that has died, somebody that was killed, somebody that was left for dead, somebody that was actually murdered in this card. That's what it shows. You've got 10 swords in that person's body. That person was helpless, could not fight, could not defend, didn't have a defense. This is a very dark energy. This card came up in Princess Catherine's reading yesterday as well. Somewhere in the reading, or the previous reading, but it was there. So this is a card of somebody attacked and left for dead. Right, again, gloomy, gloomy. There's water. Look at the amount of water. This is water where the tide is in. There's water here gushing. Right, this water is gushing. There's a tide that's in. The other waters have run deep and still. So it's showing that something was accomplished, or something needs to be accomplished. And now the energy is moving into a tide. It's bringing a turbulence. So are we to expect a turbulence from an announcement? What is happening? I'm not saying there is a physical death, but we cannot ignore the signs, the images, the impressions that the Spirit is giving us right now, because there's a lot to do with water. Right, so I'm putting that back underneath, and then I want to look at the cards that have fell on the table. So the card that was upright is the Nine of Swords. What is the Nine of Swords? Somebody that is in great mental strain and depression. Somebody having a nervous breakdown. Somebody that was screaming for help. Somebody that has lost the plot and is calling for Spirit's help. And there's an owl. There's an owl from Spirit coming through to say, what is the energy of an owl? It is symbolic, it's nocturnal, it comes out only at night. So what is it saying? Something took place at night, some information will come out at night, so something has happened in the dark. Right? The owl is also a bird that has the ability to rotate or revolve its head 360 degrees. So it's showing an evolution, a revolution, a cycle. Hence all the moons. It is circular, an energy of something that needs to come to light, make a full circle of truth, of information. Owls are also very enlightened energy of wisdom, of spirit. So some information is being called by Spirit or the soul that needs to be delivered. Right? There is a lantern here. She seems to be in a very isolated place, sitting on a floor. This hair length is actually very much like the princess's hair length, or length of hair. She has a lantern saying, please, I need some light. Show me the light. I need help. God, come through. Somebody listen. There's a scream and a cry. Well, people, this is not looking very, very optimistic, right? And I'm showing you these cards on camera. I'm not picking them from the deck, right? So this is a card that fell through and it fell upright, so I will take that card and place it next to the card of grief and mourning, of despair, of emotional upheaval, like we're having mental upheaval. And again, I want you to see something. We have cups, which is heart, and we have swords, which is mind, intellect, head. So we have war over the head and the heart. And what is that about? So let's look at this card. The Knight of Cups. Again, water, showing somebody crossing a threshold of water, a water body, bringing an information. Usually in the positive, it is an offer, it is a contract, it is love, it is an invitation. So what is the invitation or the offer or the contract? What is coming through that could be a message from the king or the prince? What is the message that needs to come through from them? And look, there are the British colors on the horse, the red and the blue. How apt is that? Right, and the horse looks very much a royal horse. It's not an ordinary horse. It's adorned with the British colors. So something, a message could possibly be coming through soon, or a message is being prompted to come through from Spirit saying, wisdom needs to come, truth needs to come. It is far too mentally exhausting for everybody right now. And the princess's energy is under attack here. Right, so let's see what the second card is. Well, we've got the Seven of Swords that has flipped out of the deck. And we had that show itself earlier. So this is an energy of Spirit saying somebody is making a run for something, with something, for something, about something. We are hiding. We want to get away from it. We don't want to share it. We don't want to show it. We don't want to express it. We don't want anybody to know. It's only what I know. So I'll take it and I'll go. Nobody will get to know. I have committed this. I've done this. It is my responsibility and I want to keep it a secret. So I'll just take the evidence, or I'll take the swords. I'll take whatever it is and I'll make a run for it, right? We have the Six of Swords showing a very similar energy. Somebody moving away from a battle, from a struggle, from a conflict, from an attack. So we have the 6 here, and we have the 7 of Swords that flipped out. So it's right next to the cups. Again, swords and cups, head and water. Head and heart. You know, a battle of emotions, a battle of the mind. So these two mental bodies, two bodies with the emotional and the mental bodies at war here. And information is coming, or something needs to come, but somebody doesn't want that yet. They want to continually allow it to slip away. You know, let's just keep running. Let's just keep going in the direction that I want to go for now, and leave it. We won't bring the information yet, though it needs to come through. Right? We'll just create a temporary escapism. I don't want to share it. I want to keep it to myself. Right, so I'm not taking these on the table, but I needed to show you that these cards made a jump out of the deck purposely, and beneath that we had the 10 of Swords. Right, so I will put this at different parts of the deck so they don't appear together again, should that happen. Right, we have asked for the energy surrounding Prince William. What is his part in this? Clearly there's a lot of emotion. The cards are showing that the information should be coming through. It should be expressed. We should be tackling the energy head on, eye on, face to face, bringing it out. But clearly somebody or somebodies want to maintain this secrecy, privacy, and keep it away. And it is not looking very good for the princess, whether she is in a position to speak for herself or not. Her spirit is saying, it's too much, I can't deal with this anymore. It feels like a suicide. It feels like a mental breakdown. It feels like I am literally going to implode. That's what her mind is saying here. That's what her head is saying. It's too much. Right, so I want to ask now, from the same deck, I will clarify using another deck. I want to ask Spirit, what will the outcome be? What will the outcome be? So how will Prince William bring an outcome to the update of Princess Catherine's health? Will there be an outcome? Will he come forward before she has to make her appearance? So what is happening with that? What will the palace bring through as an energy update? We have the Page of Pentacles. Pages are messengers. So perhaps a message will come, an update will come. Right, so we have a card that talks about a possible message coming through. We don't know whether it's what it's going to be. Right, so tell me more about the outcome, Prince William's outcome regarding Princess Catherine's update. We have the 6 of Wands, so action needs to be taken. I suppose it feels like once the announcement comes, some form of action will be taken. Now, the 6 of Wands, in its context of explanation or understanding and interpretation, is somebody receiving recognition and being celebrated. It's a jubilation, it's a ceremony, it's an accomplishment of a battle, a struggle. So it comes from the 5 of Wands, where you have competition, conflict, fight. It's not major, it could be petty, but it is 5 people conflicting with wands, having like a stick fight, a wand fight, right? And there's one winner, and he's sitting on the 6 of Wands. So somebody has won a battle, right? But if I look at what's happening on the table, it could be a gathering. Remember, this is a welcoming to the kingdom, or the winner of this battle now rides back to the kingdom to be celebrated, to be commemorated, to be jubilated, to be possibly coronated into a knight. Somebody that's done something spectacular, went out to battle and won the battle, perhaps least expected to have a win in the way things were probably looking. So what this can also imply in a very depressed situation is a funeral or sad news, a memorial. That's what it could. Because if I look at the horse, which I'm asked to look at, he's not looking ahead, he's looking down, very sad. Although the soldier that went out to war in battle has come back feeling proud, but I don't see much of joy in his face either. He's very solemn, and his horse doesn't look very gleeful and joyful and excited, probably exhausted, very exhausted from what's been happening. So this message will bring an announcement that's going to request some form of action, and it could be something public, right? Something public. It could follow something public. So right now it could be anything: a procession, a ceremony, a gathering. It could be a joyous occasion as well, right? So we're not sure at this point what it is. So please show us more. Right, we have these cards that popped out. I won't take all of it, but we'll talk about what's underneath. We have, let's look at the reverse. We have the Ten of Wands. Now the Ten of Wands is some, oops, lots of messages. I have the Queen of Wands that is showing justice, truth, that is trying to make herself known. Clearly we have the King of Wands do the same thing earlier, that jumped out of the decks to say truth needs to come out, right? The Queen of Wands is also very representative of being a widow energy, but clearly we're not going to look at it in that context yet. But with the Ten of Wands, oh, we have the Two of Swords appear under the Ten of Wands again. So let's just talk about this. Somebody carrying my throat's playing up. So Spirit is saying, yes, the truth is imperative. It needs to come out. Somebody's blocking the truth. Somebody is, oh, whoa, I am shown, my candle's dripping, right? Look, it's dripping. It's literally, there's enough room for it to stay in, but one side is now dripping out, calling for an urgent leak of information, or information will need to come out. The boundaries need to be broken. Spirit is saying, you see this here was an encompassing of energy being held in, and I am told the shade of the candle matches this card. It's a pale blue. In fact, this is a candle I made myself. I generally make my candles to use in my work, right? So it's showing somebody carrying a load, a burden. They're exhausted, and it seems to be like a long walk to freedom. And they do not look very happy. They're looking away from their path. They're looking on the side. They're not looking forward. It's like, I'm not focusing on what is ahead. I'm just looking away. I want to avoid something. And again, it's at the twilight energy. It's at a darkness energy, or a fall of night energy, right? So that was there. Now the card that fell out, so we'll take that. The cards that fell out, no, sorry, this is not going, Spirit says. Put that back. It was at the bottom on top of the Two of Swords. The card that needs to be taken is the Justice card. So justice needs to be served. And her spirit, her energy is calling for justice. It's a feminine energy holding a scale of balance. Again, blindfolded, so she's unable to express or communicate. She's not, truth is being hidden. Something is being hidden, she says. And there's a call for justice. A great call for justice. The scale is huge. And there is a sword anchoring the center of the scale into the sun, into a sun emblem, showing that justice needs to be illuminated. Something needs to come to light. Something needs to come out into the open. right? So that is the card that will go here, and the other two cards were the Five of Wands. Now I spoke about the Five of Wands in the Six of Wands. I said it was somebody going to battle, right? Here we have two men trying to tug of war, holding a tight rope, and who's going to win? So who are these two men that were fighting in this Five of Wands energy? So is the tug of war between the prince and the king, or himself and his ego? What is it about? Right? This is not a traditional deck showing you the conflict. It is just it's a different deck, right? But it's showing somebody having to face a challenge here, right? Two people of power, or two people of strength. One has to win. And clearly one won with the Five of Wands, sorry, the Six of Wands. It's okay. Why I'm being confused? Why am I placing the cards incorrectly? Because Spirit says that's how quickly the moves are being made behind the scenes. There is a storyline that keeps changing. There is information that needs to come to light, and then it's contemplated and the storyline is changing. So hence all the cards that seem to be coming out repeat messages, and I'm placing it incorrectly. And it's because that's how they're moving the cards. That's how the game is being played, or something behind. Okay, again, swords, a message of truth that needs to come out. Swords are messengers. They bring truth, they bring wit, they bring information. So something needs to come out to announce this battle that took place, this conflict, this energy that took place, that somebody appears to be a winner, or a gathering needs to be, justice has to be served, because I don't think there was fair play here. Well, that's what it seems on the cards itself. It doesn't seem to be fair play. Right. I do not want to be too long, and I say that in every reading, but Spirit has a way of saying, you want to know, people want to know, let's talk. So let me bring out, give me two more. We have the Three of Wands. Somebody looking to the future. Somebody hoping, waiting for their ship to come in. That's the general meaning of the card. An expansion of energy. Jupiter, something very big, something large, something that somebody's been waiting for a long time. So the public is the expansion. The public is waiting for the information. The public is waiting for the answers to come in. And again, two ships on water. Water energy. Lots of water. Lots of emotion. Lots of ebbing and flowing. Lots of change. Lots of volatility. Lots of contouring. You know, shape-shifting. But the ships are very far from him. So they're biding time. It's still some time before action will be taken, or something will reveal itself. But nonetheless, there's a call for justice. Right, let me take one more. Let's see what's under the deck. Okay, here we go. The Ten of Wands is back, showing the burden. The Four of Cups is a depressed woman, a depressed energy, confusion, unsure. Doesn't have to be a female. It's just in the cards, so explanation is not gender specific. The Eight of Wands tried to come out, so that's an energy of something moving fast, something that or needs to be moving fast. The fact that it didn't come out was the energy is very much anticipated, but somebody's preventing the move. Right, let's see what flipped over. We have the Five of Swords. Right, we have the Five of Swords. I am going to put that away, and I'm going to show you what broke at the Five of Swords. The Seven of Swords. Right, and this card appeared now for the third time. Somebody is making a run for something. Somebody is hiding. There's truth that or information that does not want to be shared. I want to hide it. I want to run away. I want to prevent. We have the swords. Earlier on I said when I was talking about the Six of Swords, that you had to go through the conflict of the Five of Swords. So a win at all cost, right? Somebody had to surrender, somebody had to die or make a run for it, and there was skill and excellence used in this. Very artistic, very strategic energy, very mentally strategic. So I'll play a game of swords and I will still be the winner. I will ensure I win. I will defeat my opponent and I will win at all cost. That's what it is. There's a battle going and the 5 is change. Something is changing and I feel it's a major change. Again, dark skies, cloudy skies. Right? And that was underneath that. And let me show you what was underneath that. The King of Wands. A king. Somebody needs to take action. Right? But somebody is afraid to light the fire. So there's a smoke screen at the moment. So I will take that as the swords energy. Right. Spirit, I did ask for 2, but I feel I want to take 1 more. I want to see what's happening after the 5 of Swords. Give me 1 more to show me what is the conclusive energy here. Well, the 9 of Pentacles tried to jump out, and that is a woman sitting with contentment. So she feels like, I will only be content once the truth is out and feel what I need to feel. Let's look at what came out. We have a Ace of Pentacles, right? And between that flipped was the Judgment. So the Judgment is now at the bottom of the deck. So there is a call for judgment. We have Justice and Judgment. I won't take the Judgment card, but I'm showing you that the bottom line is the end of it. Spirit is saying, and a judgment has to be announced. There is a blowing of a trumpet, a blowing of a horn. There's a blowing of a noise from Spirit saying, people of earth are asking, wanting to know, why are you not sharing? See, somebody is mixing in a bowl a solution, a formula to try and delay information, but justice has to be served. Right, there's the Queen of Wands here. Royal energy, somebody very ambitious in their work of what they're doing. And I feel that this Queen of Energy is showing up in this 3 of Pentacles where I mentioned the Queen. And there's a red cape here, by the way. And if you look, here's the red gown. How apt is that? How apt is that? Right, there's a red cape. So clearly there's people in higher position, and we shall not name. We have a woman here that is back is facing to the moon. She's moving away from something. She's very sad. Her back is turned. You can't see her face. She feels like her world is changing and she has to go away. Right? I'm not going any further, but I am just saying that is what's playing up. So with the Ace of Pentacles that is now being given as the last card, showing a power of monarchy. A win for the monarchy in some way, involving a large amount of wealth. So why are we holding on at this moment? Are we afraid to lose wealth with an announcement? Are we afraid to change? Oh, okay, this is what it's saying. The 5 was the change. So something is going to change and probably affect the wealth of the monarchy. That is what it is. That is what Spirit is saying. Something will change and affect the wealth of the monarchy. And they're saying we're going to leave it there. And a lot has to do with the king and the prince. So his energy is not operational alone. He seems to have a very depressed energy. He knows obviously everything. But I feel he is not able to just open himself out, and I do feel that he possibly wants to, but I feel a great deal of grief and fear here. Why? We are not sure. Why? We are not sure. We have to wait for the announcement. We have to wait for what is coming, but whatever is coming will be changing the monarchy's wealth as well as health. Right. Thank you. Thank you, viewer. Thank you, people. Thank you, community. Thank you, beautiful hearts, for listening in. And I do send love and light to the kingdom for whatever the outcome is. The candle stopped dripping because the wax has solidified. So it's showing that something needs to come out to actually ground itself. An energy needs to emerge to ground itself and solidify itself as the truth. Blue is the throat chakra energy, the color of the throat chakra. Hence my throat was playing up, and I'm actually very dry mouthed right now from having to speak for this length, and also expressing that the blockage, the drought of communication, right, from the energy that we need, the platform we needed to come from, that is the monarchy, right? But something has to break through, and it seems that it will. And I feel also, with it being held back for this length of time, going into possibly after Easter, between now and then, whatever will come through, I feel will have a very turbulent energy or emotion attached to it, and it might not be ingested very well or digested very well. So with that, in love and light, I thank you, I love you. I will chat with you next. I will be doing a reading on Prince Harry's energy. I've been asked to do that a few days ago, and unfortunately, time is of a constraint for me, but Spirit is saying, yes, we need to read Harry's energy as well and send love and light to that situation because of much speculation going on. I also would like you to, the viewer, those that are not subscribed, that are not, familiar with my work, please go have a look at the reading that I did that was channeled from Princess Diana, the mother of Prince William and Prince Harry. She brought through some very important information, which was very eye-opening for me, and beautiful energy that I channeled through, and it would bring through some insight perhaps as we proceed or progress into the readings going forward, because I'm told that I will be doing a few going forward to help the collective, as well as to send love and light to the energies at play, primarily to prevent the psychic attack and to stop the block, to clear the veil, and to allow what needs to come through, because right now it's being with both hands fisted, I'm showed clenching, holding on tight to the information. Thank you, love you, stay blessed.